Brandon Telg is a Gainesville native and the co-founder of Self Narrate, an organization dedicated to helping people develop and share their stories. And here is his presentation. Go ahead and hit it, Jacob. On the power of storytelling.
So when I say the word crucible, a couple of images may come to mind. One is a vessel that can withstand great heat, and another might be a flashback to high school when you had to read that play by Arthur Miller. But another definition of crucible is a moment of great change in your life or a very difficult decision. And the seeds for my crucible were sown back in high school when I learned that I had a passion for theater. And I liked being a part of something bigger than myself. And much to my parents' chagrin, I said, I'm going to do this for a career. And so I did. I went to college, and I got involved in anything theatrical, whether it's performance or lighting, design, costume, stage management. And that's actually where I found my niche, so to speak, stage management. I loved helping make sure that everyone was communicating, making sure that all the wheels were spinning and running, and I had a knack for it. My first job out of college was working at Cirque du Soleil, La Nouba, which was a really amazing experience, and kind of like going from T-ball into Major League Baseball in one step. So things were going great on the career front, but in my personal life, I had kind of a twist of fate. At the age of 21, I found out that I was going to be a father unexpectedly, and this kind of gave me a wake-up call, but instead of being afraid or nervous or anything, I just kind of jumped headfirst into this. I got married, my daughter Elise was born, my life changed for the better, and things are going great, right? Well, now at my job, I become the guy that everyone complains to about their kids, but not necessarily that their kids were misbehaving, but theater's a night job. So every night I was hearing, oh, my daughter, I'm missing her recital. Oh, my son, I'm missing his Boy Scout meeting. And I realized that was going to be me in 10 years if I didn't make a change. So I quit. I didn't just quit Cirque, I quit theater overall, working night jobs in general. I realized that my career ambitions were not as important to me as developing a relationship with my child. But when you put all your eggs in one basket and then kind of throw that basket aside, you're left with no direction. So I kind of apply to as many jobs as I can. The first job that I get is at the College of Dentistry at UF, and it puts me on a path that I'm still walking today. Now the thing is, this job doesn't challenge me, it doesn't inspire me, and it doesn't really utilize my skills. And if you've ever worked a job like that, you know that you feel this lack of sense of purpose when you just get up and work for a paycheck every single day. And on top of that, my marriage fell apart too. So I'm in this meaningless drift at this point in my life. And this is where my crucible came in. Everything in my life, my career, my personal life, it all faded away, and all I had left to show for it was 50% custody of my daughter. And so my crucible, my moment of major change, my difficult decision is this: do I live in regret or do I move forward? And so I decide to move forward after a great deal of counseling. And every journey takes a small step to get started, and my small step was enrolling in grad school at UF. My first class, interpersonal leadership, we have an assignment where we're asked to share our story with all of our classmates. And I did this, and it's a transformative experience for me. Being able to share my experiences, especially having just gone through all that, and finding out that my experiences mattered to my classmates, it moved me. And so a classmate and I, Jaron and I, we went out and wanted to give this experience to other people in our community. So we went out to campus with a sign that says, "Tell us your story and we'll give you $1." And we found out that we couldn't give money away to college students. This photo was staged. When we asked why they wouldn't share a story with us, people told us that they felt like they didn't have a story worth sharing. And that is incredibly sad because everyone's story matters. And so we created Self Narrate to bridge that gap. Our goal was just to help people to develop their stories and give them a space to be able to share it. And so our first year, we didn't really know what we were doing, and what we looked like was basically a multimedia project where I sat down with the camera that Jaren is filming with right there and asked people to just talk to me, share their stories with me. I would ask questions, and it is amazing what people will share with you if you just listen to them and you pay attention. And so over the next couple of years, we did a number of different things. We created a monthly storytelling group that we just actually met last night at the Bull. We've done a number of different events in the community where we're fostering storytelling. Jaren was actually able to give a TEDxUF talk on the power of storytelling. And the thing that we found has had the most impact, however, is we've created a step-by-step template that we walk people through. If you've never thought of your story before, if you follow these questions, you'll have your story. And we created a workshop that goes along with it and have been lucky enough to be able to facilitate that throughout the state. Now, all that being said, here is the power of storytelling to transform lives. It transformed mine. Storytelling gave me meaning and purpose that I did not have in my life. And being able to share my story here with all of you tonight helps me to remember that I am not my worst moments. And the thing is when you understand your story, you're able to overcome any crucible, any moment of great difficulty in your life. And it's as Maya Angelou said, there is no agony like bearing an untold story inside of you. Which is why I want to leave you with this question. What is your story? And if you don't know the answer to that question, or you haven't thought about it in a while, I encourage you to take some time this weekend and really dig in and ask yourself, what is your story? If you want to talk to somebody, if you want to share your story with somebody, hit us up, selfnarrate.com. We would love to hear it because ultimately your story matters.